Hey y'all, it's Poseidon. In this video, we're going to be talking about NEC, a tournament that's happening this weekend, December 9th and 10th. It's going to be happening in the Northeast, it's happening in New Jersey, and it's going to start, as I said, December 9th and going through December 10th, starting at 12 p.m. EST on Saturday, and going to be going pretty much all day. As you can see the schedule here, it's going to be from 12 p.m. going all the way until top 8, which is going to end around 10 p.m. So 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Well, pretty long day. The first day is going to be streamed all on Kombat Network. Every pool is going to be streamed too, which is really cool. And yeah, you're going to be able to view it here on Kombat Network. And then top 8 is going to be streamed on Funky P, which is going to be happening at 5 p.m. EST, going to around 7:30. You know, top 8s go, they can last as long or short as, you know, essentially they need to last. So I'll make sure to leave links to Kombat Network and Funky P in the description so you can watch the tournament. And yeah, it's pretty much going to do that for where to watch it and when it's happening. So we're going to go right into the bracket predictions. I'm also going to be competing this weekend. I'm going to be at NEC, so I will be predicting how I'm going to do. So that's always going to be a little, maybe a little biased, but I'm going to do my best to try to get these predictions right. So let's go into it. Let's go to the first pool happening at 12 p.m. on Saturday. So immediately what I see here, Cosner, the #1 overall seed, really, really good player from New Jersey. Potentially one of, if not the best reptile players in the world. I don't know if there's any other good reptile players that are going to be at this tournament. Just kidding. Yeah, I play reptile too. I'm pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. So we have Cosner, we have Tiza, probably the 2 seed here. We also have people like Ghost, Fresh. Definitely a pretty stacked pool. So what I see here is I'm probably gonna see Cosner making winner side top 16. I heard the Sun Dual guy. His name sounds really familiar. I'm not exactly sure, but I predict that would probably make it there. We got Tiza probably making out winner side, and I have probably going up against Ghost right here and then beating Ghost. So Ghost would go down here. Ghost would probably make it out the top part of A, and I'm probably gonna have Fresh making it out the bottom part, right? Fresh, loser of L. Yeah, so I would have Fresh making out the loser side right here. So let me go and write that in right here. So we got Cosner, Tiza, and then we got Ghost, Fresh. Those are my predictions. Ghost, I think we're playing a lot of Liu Kang in this game. Fresh, very good Li Mei player, so definitely people to look out for. Let's get to the second pool. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Pool 2, we got Wraith. Wraith, insanely strong. Quan Chi player. Yeah, totally. I got Quan Chi on the brain. Shang Tsung player, one of the best in the world. Alex is nasty, very good player. We got Furious Pello, a legend in the community. J. George, someone who was very good in the beginning of Mortal Kombat 11. Someone who probably, I think he plays other games and stuff. He's one of those guys who plays a bunch of different fighting games. So my prediction is Wraith, winner side here. Furious Pello versus probably J. George here. So J. George would go down to here. I'd probably have J. George getting it out there. And then Alex is nasty, J. Okay, so Alex and J. George would probably run into each other, so I think J. George would beat him. So then the guy who makes it here, probably the Stew. I think they're the 4 seed, so I'll have them going here, which means they would go out the second loser of Pool B. Oops, wrong direction. So we got Wraith and Furious Pello. And then loser side, we got J. George. And who did I have there? I had Stu. Okay. So going to pool number C. Okay, so Limbo Dog is someone I haven't heard of before. However, they did get top 8 at First Attack, which was a big tournament that happened, I think, in Puerto Rico. So definitely someone, probably earned that 1 seed that they have in this pool. 3rd overall seed in the tournament. Kung Zero, someone I see, Northeast player. And the thing about these predictions that I haven't mentioned yet, is that NEC is one of the few major tournaments that allows you to sign up the day of. And like I said, Northeast is a very strong region. I'm not sure if anyone watched ECT, but when the Northeast took on the Texas and Florida gang, it was pretty convincing to the tri-state area. Tri-state has a lot of very strong players, so the chance that someone like Gurr, someone like Unjust, someone like Pulse, someone like Splash, just shows up and immediately becomes the favorite to win this tournament is likely. It's a possibility. They probably would have signed up beforehand because you save money that way, but maybe they didn't know or whatever. Maybe they said like, ooh, like I would be the best player at this tournament, I could win this. So that's a possibility. It is. So these predictions could be all thrown out of whack with someone of that caliber shows up, or multiple players of that caliber show up. So yeah. So I would probably have Mygo, very good role player as a Kung Zero, Mike Metroid. So I'll probably have Mike versus Kung Zero here, and Mygo versus Limbo Dog here. I'll probably have Limbo making out winners, and then have Kung Zero, and then probably Mike and Mygo and losers. So Mike would go O to top part. So we got Limbo Dog and Kung Zero versus, and then losers we got Mike Metroid and Mygo. Did I spell it Mygo? Mygo's someone who plays a lot of different fighting games, so if maybe since it's the newer game, they're taking this one more seriously. Or not, but the thing is, when it comes to these offline tournaments, people who have a lot of experience, even if they're not on the game and playing it a ton, if they have a lot of offline experience, they could be at a significant advantage. Like I said, even if they're not playing as much as someone else, having that experience is so huge. Compared to there's a lot of people who say oh, I've never been to an offline, or this is my first offline, or they don't go that frequently. I know there's a lot of people here who go to frequently attend NKNJ, which is a very big tournament that happens in Tri-State, hosted by Darth Arma. So there's a lot of people who are going to have tournament experience. I've been to that tournament a few times, including the first one that happened for Mortal Kombat 1. Shout out to my boy MJ Mallrat. You would see that, man. Man's dope. Okay, and pool D1. Okay, we got the Alphabet. Very good player from Tri-State. We got Visions. We got Aztec. We got that guy Poseidon. Oh shit, that Poseidon guy I heard is pretty good. See, this is where it gets a little dicey, because I don't want to biasly pick myself, but I also don't want to go into any set believing that I can't win or that I'm not going to win. So it's going to be hard for me, because if I see a set oh, I could win that, it's going to be hard for me to not pick myself. Anyway, we're going to get into it. Okay, so we got the Alphabet. I'm going to have the Alphabet going here versus Visions Scorpion player. And then I'm going to have Aztec versus me right here. And I'm going to have the Alphabet taking it. And I'm going to pick myself. So you may say, Poseidon, you're not going to beat Aztec. You can't beat Aztec. You can't beat the Frosty champ. You can't beat the NEC champ from last year. But currently, in sets right now, me and Aztec have 1-1. I'm honestly not too sure how much Aztec's been playing. Aztec is it seems like he's predominantly on the PC side of things, so he could be grinding. I would not be surprised at all if Aztec is absolutely insane and potentially even wins this tournament. But I'm going to pick myself here. So we have the Alphabet, winner side, Poseidon. So let me, the Alphabet, Poseidon, and then we got, so that would make it so, the Aztec is the first one out in losers, Aztec, and Vision, but Vision, not Vision, no. We all know who it is. Okay, so now we're on to top 16. Let's do it. So top 16, we would have Cosner versus Tiza. So Cosner versus Tiza. Let me put winners. 16 winners. Cosner versus Tiza, and then I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna have Cosner taking that. I'm sure Tiza's been absolutely grinding. Tiza is another one of those people who play multiple games at a very high level, attend a lot of offline events, especially in the tri-state area. So would not be surprised at all if Tiza is able to do that. And Tiza is another player who could potentially even win this tournament. But I think Osner has proven himself. He's in a lot of these really, really stacked top 8s online. And just a very, very good player overall. Someone who was very good at the beginning of MK11 as well. So someone who has a lot of experience. Someone who I see all the time talking about MK9. They've been in the scene since MK9, so someone who I feel like is going to be at a significant advantage for a tournament like this. Then we got D, so that means we got Poseidon versus the Alphabet versus Poseidon. Alphabet versus Poseidon. I'm gonna have to take myself again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, a little biased. So I decided I want to go on NEC believing that I can't win. No. I definitely am not going to just choose myself to win this tournament if I feel like I can't win the individual matches to get there. And definitely could lose with someone like Aztec or the Alphabet. So, or even earlier. Who knows? I never overlook any of my opponents. So I could be 0-2. I could 0-2 this bracket. Who knows? But for now, have myself winner's side top 8. All right? Argue in the comments if you want. Okay. So Pool B, we got Wraith versus Furious Pello. Wraith versus Furious Pello. I think Wraith has just been putting in too much work for them to not to win this set. They could. Furious Pello, someone who plays on the PC side of things, someone who's really good, known for beating. For the first time I saw them was beating Hayate at CEO 2019 in the first couple months after MK11 came out. So another one of those people who play a lot of fighting games, and they're typically very good when the game first comes out because then they end up going to other fighting games and stuff. So Furious Pello definitely someone who could win that set. Someone, again, another one of these people who definitely could win this tournament. One of the best Shao Kahn players out there. Okay, and then so now we got Limbo Dog versus Kung Zero. I'm gonna take Kung Zero here. I think Kung Zero is a very strong player who I don't see in many online tournaments, but at offlines they tend to do very, very well, especially the MKMGs. And this is gonna have that home field advantage vibe because this tournament is in New Jersey. So we'll see. Okay, so now we have losers. So we have where I get the little dicey to give you. So it's the first person in A versus the second person in D. So Ghost versus Visions. Ghost versus Vision. I'm gonna take Ghost. I gotta take my boy Ghost. Then we got what we got here. We got D1. Okay, so we got the second person in D1 versus the first person. No, the first person in D1 versus. Okay, so we got Aztec versus Fresh. Aztec versus Fresh. I'm gonna take Aztec in that one. Aztec veteran, Frosty Fostings champ, NEC champ. Definitely gonna be stoic in these situations. Definitely not gonna let the moment get to him. So I'm gonna have to take Aztec there. So we got B1. So B1 versus C2. So J George versus Mygo. J George versus Mygo. I'm gonna take Mygo there. Again, these are two players who play a lot of different fighting games. Who are both very, very good at those games. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a toss-up, but I'm gonna take Mygo. I'm spelling George wrong, aren't I? It's whatever. Please don't beat me up, J George. Okay, and then we got the last one, which is C1. So we got Mike Metroid versus Stu. The last name's so funny to me. Versus Stu. Okay, I'm gonna take Mike. Okay. So then let's see here. So which means Ghost would go on to fight loser of D, which would be the Alphabet. So Ghost versus the Alphabet. I'm gonna take Ghost. I'm gonna take Ghost here. Ghost top 8 at KIT, the last one that happened for MK11. Winter of Summer Jam 2023? I want to say 2023, 2022? 2022. Good player. Overall, good player. Definitely do not sleep on that man. Okay, so then we have Aztec. We'll be fighting the loser of K, or loser of C, which would be Limbo Dog. Limbo Dog. I am going to take Aztec. Then we got Mygo. Gonna be going up against loser of B, which will be Furious Pello. Furious Pello. I'm gonna have to take Furious there. Furious. Then we got Mike going up against, who's the last one that I have up here? Side in the alphabet. Cosner, Tiza going up against Tiza. Right? Am I correct in that assumption? Yes. Those are A, and I'm going to have to take Tiza there. Tiza. So there are top 8. We're going to have winners. Let's check it out. Get to the next one. See how the predictions would go. The alphabet coming from my pool. So yeah, I would be fighting Cosner. So it's Poseidon versus Cosner. In the reptile mirror, most likely. Let me get the other one. So that means that would be Wraith versus Kung Zero versus Kung Zero. Kung Zero's got to play Kung Lao Sub-Zero. Like, he was not playing Kung Lao Sub-Zero. I don't know what's going on. All right, then losers side, loser. Does it show who goes to F, or am I just gonna have to predict this? Okay, well, let's see. They say Kung Zero versus Furious Pello here. That's their predictions. So they would be at the bottom. So the top part of top 8 would be the other ones. So, okay, so top part of top 8 would be the bottom one here. So it would be Tiza versus Pello. Tiza versus Furious Pello. And then we got Ghost versus Aztec. Aztec is a lower one. Okay, so me versus Cosner. I'm gonna have to take Cosner. We've played a couple times online, and it's been, and even friendlies too. We played a couple times in tournament and a couple friendlies, and Cosner has had my number every single one of those times in bracket. The first time we played was bad. The second time it was closer, but he has my number. So I'm gonna have to take Cosner there. Wraith versus Kung Zero. I'm gonna take Wraith. Wraith, a very, very strong player. Kung Zero, someone I just don't have enough data on to really feel like they're going to be Wraith recently winning the Battle for the Realms, I think they call it. That's what Kevin M. Cologne hosts, the owner of TGC. So definitely very, very strong player. Tiza versus Pello. I'm going to have to take, that's a hard one. I'm going to take Tiza. I feel like Pello could, that's going to be a toss-up. And then Ghost versus Aztec. I'm going to take Aztec here. So that means Ghost and Aztec are here, and right, that's why I did it. So Tiza by the loser B, which would be Kung Zero. Tiza versus Kung Zero, and then Aztec with the run back versus me. Oh. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. That's how that's gonna go. Okay, and then I'm going to take Tiza over Zero, and, you know, I would be happy at this place in the tournament. Aztec's such a veteran. I'll run back. I think Aztec's going to take it. I don't want to predict against myself. Like I said, it's going to be a hard thing. I believe that I definitely can do it. Aztec just such a veteran of the game. So good. I'm going to have to take Aztec. And then, so that means we have winner's side, top 8. we have Cosner versus Wraith, and that's winners finals, and then loser semis is going to be Tiza versus Aztec. Tiza versus Aztec, and then I'm gonna take Cosner here. Cosner, Aztec versus Aztec, yes. Aztec versus Tiza. I'm gonna take Aztec again. And Aztec take out that deciding guy. I mean, so that means we are losers finals. Losers finals would be Wraith versus Aztec. And I'm going to take Wraith. So we're gonna have Wraith in grand finals versus Cosner. And I think it's gonna be a reset, but I think Cosner's gonna take it. There you have it. Those are my bracket predictions. Cosner going to be taking NEC, being your NEC championship champion. So book it, unless someone comes out of the woodwork like Gurr or Unjust or Pulse or Splash or Kombat's one of those really, really good players from Tri-State. Cosner is going to be your NEC champion. Boom. There it is. Those are my predictions. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you think who you think is going to win this tournament. Maybe even top 8 predictions if you want to go crazy with it. This tournament should be fun. Like, it's starting 12 p.m. on Saturday, going all the way to 10 p.m. and then top 8 is going to be at 5 p.m. to 7:30 on Sunday. Streamed. I will make sure to leave the link to the streams below. Kombat Network and Funky P. Kombat Network for Fools, Funky P for top 8. And that's gonna do it. Actually, if you want to have a little fun, let's have a little fun. And there's also an MK11 bracket here that I'm going to play in. Let's do a quick prediction for that before we get off. Also, if you're out there listening, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we got Ghost, Tiza, Limbo Dog, Poseidon, Aztec. All right, so I'm just going to do a little quick prediction here. I'm not going to like go through it again. I think me versus Aztec. I think Ghost versus Tiza. I think Ghost takes that. I think Aztec takes it. Winners finals. I think me and Tiza go here. We can go through losers if we want, but me and Tiza go here. I beat Tiza. Aztec beats Ghost. I play Ghost. Ghost beats me. Aztec. Ghost grands. I think Aztec takes it, and he's your back-to-back MK11 champ at NEC. That's what I think, and that's what it's gonna be. I think that is gonna do it for those predictions, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure to tune into NEC this weekend, and this is gonna pile heavily towards those top 100 rankings that I'm making. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually compiling a list of the top 100 players in the competitive scene, mainly taking into account offline events. Online events will be considered. However, I probably will give the nod to people who go to offline events because that is the most legitimate way to play the game. However, if you're absolutely crushing online events, there's a way I can just ignore that. If you're someone like Hourglass of Rain, Shuletta, even someone like Wraith, who's been doing really good online, who also has offline results too. You're definitely not going to be ignored and definitely not going to be left off that list. But yeah, that is going to do it for the predictions. Like I said, make sure that if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I've asked before, but I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to do predictions for most, if not all, of the majors. Like I said, I'm paying very close attention to that because of the list that I am making, compiling to add, hopefully get more legitimacy to the competitive scene, get more eyes on it. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you at the next video. Peace out.